All right, so some of you guys might know the MLB All-Star Game is coming up soon. I think it's July 13th, and this is something that I've been wanting to do on this channel for a while. MLB, NBA, NFL, I just want to talk like sports. So MLB All-Star Ballot 2021, I'm going to be doing it today. And when it comes to like the MLB, because I know a lot of you guys don't know like my knowledge or like how much I follow it a decent amount. I'm a big Mets fan, so I know like everything about the Mets. When it comes to other teams, like say the Rangers here, I don't be like watching like every Rangers game. Like maybe I've watched a few, but I'm mainly a Mets fan, and also like if I have someone in fantasy, then I know a lot about them too. But I'm not like, I'm not like a random. I'm like a, I'm probably a tier above like a casual, maybe even higher. I don't know. But make sure to sub up, drop a like in the video. I'm gonna do American and national, like first base. I'm gonna go back and forth. You feel me? I'm not gonna do the whole American first, then go to national. I'm gonna go back and forth. And let me know if you guys do watch baseball, what changes you would make to the ballot. But starting off here in the American League, first base, like this is a no-brainer. Like there's a few no-brainers here on the whole ballot, and you guys can see it says he's the first place vote getter, second place, third place. So that's pretty cool. You could also order it by average. And real quick, look at the guy on top here. Average, Vlad. Home runs, Vlad. RBIs, Vlad. OPS, still Vlad. It's a no-brainer. Vlad, he's gonna be all-star. You got to give him your vote. You just have to. Something else I want to say is you guys are gonna realize how crazy the Chicago Cubs fans are, because they like, I don't know what they're doing, but their voting is literally absurd. Like they have like a player in top 3 for every position. Like Rizzo, he's okay, but he does not deserve to be in the top 3 in my opinion. But when it comes to national, I have Freeman in fantasy, and I know he's been going crazy. His average is a little bit low. Muncy has been just, he's just been destroying the baseball. Like you just gotta pick Muncy for the National League. So now on to second base. By the way, I haven't really like looked at the ballot completely, so like I'm gonna kind of compare people as we go. And I know this isn't like the best stats to go off of, like fielding matters, walks, strikeouts, stuff like that. But so yeah, so here I've actually looked at this one already. So for me, it's between Semien and it's between Altuve. Wait, can I like average? Can I get them? Okay, here we go. So Altuve, Semien, and Semien's the first place vote getter right now. I have to go with Altuve though, because the numbers are really close right here. But when it comes down to it, I think Semien has played in a little bit more games, like 10 more games. I'm pretty sure Altuve has like more extra base hits, and he has like 30 less strikeouts. I know he's a cheater, but I'm going to give my vote to Altuve. Now, for the National League, second base, Ozzie Albies is in first place. I don't know if I agree with that right now. He's one of the lowest in average. And then Gavin Lux is literally the lowest, and he's in third. So, like, that's just absurd. Like, it's probably just hype and, like, Dodgers fans going crazy. Adam Frazier probably does deserve it. But when it comes to my votes, who was I going to give it to? I wish McNeil was like, more healthy. His numbers would be way better. But Ryan McMahon's actually a solid option. Ozzie is a solid option too. But some of you guys might not agree with this. I have I don't know why, but I just feel like telling you guys like who I have in fantasy. I have Segura, and I just traded McNeil for Jazz. There was other stuff in the trade too, but I kind of feel like giving this pick to Jazz. Like, Jazz has just been going crazy. His numbers might not be the best compared to these other people with, like, okay, you guys can see my cursor. Just want to make sure. Like, this OPS, like, when you compare the OPSs, Jazz isn't the highest, but he has a lot of RBIs, solid average. I'm going to just give it to Jazz. All right, so third baseman in the American League. You can look at the options, but I don't really think there's a point. I'm going to just give it to Devers. He's just been destroying the baseball, especially look compare him. Jose Ramirez has been doing solid too. He's always, solid. But I'm giving my pick to Devers. And then over to the National League, JD is on top of average, but he has like played in like a few games, so like you just can't pick him. I wonder if like people are picking him because they just don't know that he doesn't like he's been injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, but his average is so high. Once again, Chris Bryant, Chicago fans going crazy. He has been doing solid, but he's cooled off a little bit. And to be honest, this is a toss-up. Like, you could go so many different ways with this. You could go Justin Turner, even Longoria. I know his name is Evan. I was just saying you could even go Longoria, just to clarify that. Austin Riley, Chris Bryant, Nolan. You could even go Machado. Who else down here? Escobar's been doing solid. Bohm, I wouldn't pick him, but in the future he's going to be a stud. But I'm probably going to go with... Honestly, you could go... you could take any of these guys and I wouldn't be mad. I'm going to take Arenado just because he has solid numbers. Pretty much they all have like the same numbers. Arenado is also a stud in the field. I'm just going to pick him. When it comes over to the American League shortstops, Mondesi, I think, has only played in like 10 games. And if you give him a huge sample size, there's just no way he's hitting 361. Like, he's not even hitting over like 280 in my opinion. Like, I don't know how he's hitting 361. It is the small sample size, but... it really comes down to Bogarts and Correa, and I don't really care who you guys pick. I'm going Bogarts. I don't know. I would just rather have him. National League, it's no debate. You have to go with Lindor. He's just been killing it. No, I'm kidding. It is no debate though. You have to go Tatis, and this is another thing. Like, look at this. Baez is second. Like, the Chicago fans are ridiculous. I know he has 16 home runs. 226 average is just too low, and there's way better options. Seager's okay. But Trey Turner, I feel like, should be the second option. Like, I don't know. I guess, like, the casuals or people voting just don't know how good he actually is. Like, in the field, his speed, everything. But I'd go Tatis. If I had to pick a second one, I'd go with Trey Turner. When it comes to American League catchers, you got to go with Salvi. I mean, I could show you guys the other options. I don't know how Grandal and Martin Maldonado are second and third. Makes no sense. It's probably just because the Astro fans or something, but this dude's hitting 168 with 5 home runs, 538 OPS, and he's third. It makes no sense. But you got to go with Salvi. Over here, I mean, you could go with Buster. You could go with JT. I mean, maybe even Narvaez, Yachty, Carson Kelly has had a pretty solid year. I don't think he's a hitting catcher. Like, this is the thing. Like, I don't know everything about every single player, but I'm pretty sure Carson Kelly is a fielding catcher. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the best hitter, but he's been hitting solid this year. So you could go with him. James McCann has been picking up a little bit recently, but I wouldn't pick him. Again, Chicago fans, Wilson Contreras is third in the voting. He's literally like the third to last catcher when it comes to average. I don't know about that. That's just like the fans going crazy, getting their 5 votes in per day. But I'm going to go with Buster Posey. And, of course, I picked him in fantasy. Last catcher off the board, or last starting catcher off the board. But we're going to go with Posey. Now, here is where it gets interesting. So we got 3 outfielders to each American and National League. There's a lot of good options. Every year the outfield is so tough to pick. And then it also is tough because Buxton's been out for like half the season. Trout's been out for like half the season. And there's a lot of good options here. You got Judge. You got Garcia's been good this year. Who else? Haniger's been solid. There's probably no one down here with this low of an average that's been going crazy. There's probably no point. But looking over on the National League, Castellanos has been crazy. Winker, Marte, if he wasn't hurt, his numbers. Marte's an underrated player. You know what I'm saying? He's like good at everything, but he was hurt, so I'm probably not going to pick him. Nimmo also good player, but he was hurt. Acuna's been going crazy. There's a lot of good options. So in the American League, I don't know. Like, do I pick the play? Like, Buxton and Trout are going to get in. Do I pick them though? Like, do they deserve it? I'm just gonna do it because Buxton is insane, MVP caliber player. We'll have to see how many games he ends up playing and shit like that. But I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Trout. And then for my next one, you could go with Cedric Mullins. Like, he's been a sleeper this year. Or Judge. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like Judge K though. I'm not gonna pick Judge. Like, you just can't pick Yankees. That's just a bad look. So I'll throw Cedric Mullins in there. I'll throw him in there. You know what I'm saying? He needs the help. He's on the Orioles. Like, who's voting for him? People are just gonna vote for Judge. Like, come on. So I'll go Mullins. And then over here, this is tough. Like, Juan Soto is so good, and there's no way that he's better than, or there's no way that Jesse Winker is a better player than him. But, and Betts all the way down there. This is tough, but I do have to go with 1, 2, and 3. I feel like Soto, though, I think he was out for a little while. But I'm going to go with 1, 2, and 3 for my outfielders. Now for the DH. This is a no-brainer if you've been watching baseball. It's a no-brainer. You got to go with Shohei. I have Nelson Cruz in fantasy. This dude, Nelson Cruz, I think he's like 42 years old. He just goes crazy every year. It's absurd, but you got to go with Ohtani. Like, he's MVP caliber. Like, he's just absurd. And I guess that's it because there's no NL DH. And then the pitchers are voted in by managers, and I think the reserves are voted in by like players and managers or something. I'm also pretty sure that each team gets at least one representative. So I wonder if there's gonna be like a team that's just trash that just has to send someone in, and it just like is awkward. It's like, why is he in the All-Star game? But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.